So with that, let's get up to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are about an hour's drive southwest of downtown Boston in the area known as Patriot Place, Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. Tonight we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Houston. Brashad Perriman, 82 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down following the run.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, Osweiler. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In on the tackle, the rookie Xavier Howard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go!
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Hurry up, hurry up!
On second down, Osweiler. And he comes back with one complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the former Jet running back. This is Chris Ivory. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you've got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. The first carry for DeAndre Washington. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Washington. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
A whole bevy of Patriots there that time to bring him down. A quick look here at the Patriot defense.
Desmond Trufant has made a great reputation in a short amount of time in the NFL. A lockdown corner that most teams don't attempt to try.
A dump off for Ivory. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A wildcat look now. Here's Ivory. They run with Washington. And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. O'Brien Schofield in to make the stop. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know that ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Trey Burton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And this one caught by Dez Bryant. It's a pickup of 19. And that's good for a New England first down. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. The throw on 1st down with Osweiler. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Watch 17, watch 17. Single. Here we go now. All right, now, look at 50. Tighten up.
2nd and 10 now. Osweiler. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter is starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
Hey. Four down. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. to throw is Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And that's complete to Brian Quick. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That was simply snap, rock, and fire. I mean, they didn't take long at all. Slant route, and I loved where he put it. He put on the body of the receiver low so that only he can catch it.
Yeah, I don't think there was any magical formula there. Defensively, that's just tough to defend.
Very much so. And that way it allows the receiver to keep his body in front of the defender and not allow him to go through him to knock the ball away.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go. Green.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
On 1st down, this is Ivory. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And the wideout in motion. Garoppolo on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And quickly, they get to the line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. That's complete. It's Brian Quick. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often...
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point...
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Garoppolo looking for the end zone. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. In motion, the tight end. Play clock winding down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play. The one that they got on the previous one, they tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Second and 10. It's Osweiler again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Here we go now. 3.
They'll indeed go for it with Osweiler. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is.
And it's intercepted. The big fella. A great read, and it's picked off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
On second down, Ivory. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The tackle made by the young rookie, Deion Jones.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So a costly penalty marker, and it's now 3rd and 11. Halfback sent in motion. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Now Sanders. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage?
Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long. It's Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on 1st down. And Josh Hill has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go.
They'll run with Ivory. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Washington with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans will extend their lead. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Here we go now. Good.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Detroit.
Garoppolo looking to throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here we go.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Osweiler. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
You're a defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Slot man moves right.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play in good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second.
Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing, Osweiler. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. And they're going to speed things up here. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Finding time. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You drop an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On 3rd down, Osweiler. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Ten yards still left on 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and 10, it's Osweiler again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. To throw is Osweiler. He completes it to Bryant. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup at 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll try and run it in with Janovich, the fullback. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Andy Janovich with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots get a score closer. So they're going to go for 2.
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Osweiler's going to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Texans, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Foxborough, good night, everybody.